All right, Red Devils fans, buckle up, because today's news is explosive. Jadon Sancho is officially joining Manchester United. You heard that right. It's finally happening. But before we get into the full story, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stick around to hear the full behind the scenes on how this unbelievable deal came together. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. The transfer saga surrounding Jadon Sancho has been one of the most talked about stories in recent memory. From the moment he started to light up the Bundesliga with Borussia Dortmund, Manchester United, fans have been dreaming of seeing him in the famous red shirt. For months, the transfer was the subject of intense speculation, negotiations, offers, counter-offers, and all the drama that comes with one of the biggest young talents in Europe, being linked with a move to one of the biggest clubs in the world. And now, it's finally here. Sancho is a Red Devil. But the question is, how did this actually happen? What went down behind the scenes to turn this dream into reality? Well, the story of how Jadon Sancho joined Manchester United isn't just about money, talent, or even footballing ambition. It's about timing, negotiations, and a touch of magic that brought everything together at the right moment. Let's go through the details of this sensational deal. It all started with United's desperate need for a game-changing winger. The club has been searching for the right attacking player for years. We've seen the likes of Alexis Sanchez, Angel, Di Maria, and Memphis Depay all arrive with big expectations, but none of them managed to live up to the hype. Sancho, however, was a different story. After impressing at Manchester City's youth academy, he made the bold move to Dortmund, and what a move it turned out to be. In Germany, Sancho found his feet, blossomed into one of Europe's most exciting young prospects, and became an absolute star. His pace, dribbling, and eye for goal made him a nightmare for defenders, and his ability to pick out a pass in tight situations was simply world-class. As soon as Dortmund saw the level of interest in Sancho, they knew they were sitting on a potential 100 million-plus player. For United, this was the kind of signing that could take them back to the top of the Premier League, but getting it done wasn't going to be easy. As the negotiations started, United found themselves locked in a battle with other top clubs across Europe. Chelsea, Liverpool, and even Real Madrid were all said to be in the race. But United had something none of those clubs could offer. History. The allure of Manchester United, a club with a proud legacy and a desire to reclaim its place among the elite, was too much for Sancho to resist. United's pursuit of Sancho was not without its challenges. Dortmund's asking price was steep, and United weren't willing to pay the full $100 million fee that was initially being quoted. In fact, the first offer from United was rejected outright. $70 million wasn't even close to Dortmund's valuation of the player. But United weren't ready to give up just yet. Behind closed doors, the club worked tirelessly to find a middle ground, and it wasn't long before they struck a deal. United agreed to pay $73 million for Sancho, with add-ons and performance-based clauses potentially pushing the price higher. But that wasn't the end of the story. As the transfer window continued, there were reports that Sancho's personal terms had already been agreed. The winger was keen to make the move to Old Trafford, and United were prepared to make him one of the highest-paid players at the club. The deal was just about done, but there was one final twist. In the final stages of the negotiations, Dortmund's sporting director made a last-minute demand that could have scuppered the deal altogether. They wanted to include a clause that would allow them to buy back the player in the future. United flat-out refused. It wasn't a deal-breaker, but it showed just how tense the negotiations had been, right up until the moment the deal was signed. At long last, the transfer was completed, and Sancho was officially a Manchester United player. The entire football world breathed a sigh of relief as United fans everywhere celebrated. It was the kind of signing that sends a message to the rest of the Premier League. Manchester United are back, and they're ready to compete for the biggest trophies once again. Now, with the deal done, let's talk about what Sancho will bring to the team. The impact he'll have on United's attack is absolutely massive. First and foremost, Sancho is a natural winger, and he's exactly what United have needed for a long time. His pace and skill are second to none, and his ability to take on defenders and deliver dangerous balls into the box will add a whole new dimension to United's play. We've seen the likes of Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial do well out wide, but neither of them quite has the same creative flair that Sancho brings. With Sancho in the side, United will now have a player who can break down defences with his speed and trickery. His dribbling ability is out of this world, and his creativity in the final third will make him an invaluable asset to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side. Imagine him linking up with Bruno Fernandes in the middle, or Rashford making runs off him. It's the kind of attacking partnership that could tear apart even the best defences in Europe. Sancho is also a proven goalscorer, and his ability to score from wide areas will give United that extra bit of firepower in attack. His finishing has improved year on year, and he's not afraid to take the shot when it matters most. That's the kind of mentality United have been crying out for in recent seasons. But let's not forget about the bigger picture. Sancho is not just a player for the here and now, he's a long-term investment. At just 21 years old, he's got the world at his feet. He's already one of the most sought-after young talents in Europe. And now that he's playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, his potential is limitless. With United building a team around him, this could be the start of something truly special. For Solskjaer, Sancho is the missing piece of the puzzle. The Norwegian manager has long been searching for the right combination of players to take United back to the top, and with Sancho in the fold, things are starting to fall into place. Sancho's arrival gives United that X-factor in attack, the kind of player who can make a difference in big games and create magic when it's needed most. Solskjaer now has the tools at his disposal to compete with the very best in Europe. But of course, this deal is more than just about Sancho himself. It's about what this signing represents. United are making a statement. After years of underachievement, the club is finally back in the big time. They're willing to spend big to get the right players, and they're ready to challenge for the biggest honours once again. The signing of Sancho is a clear message to the rest of the Premier League. Manchester United are serious about winning. Now, we know the pressure is on. Sancho is a big signing, and with that comes big expectations. United fans are expecting him to hit the ground running, and there's no doubt he will. The excitement around his arrival is absolutely electric, and his debut at Old Trafford is going to be one to remember. Can you imagine the atmosphere when Sancho runs out in front of the United faithful for the first time? It's going to be absolutely electric. But hey, don't just take my word for it. I want to hear from you, Red Devils. What do you think about Sancho joining the club? Is he the player to take United back to the top? How do you see him fitting into the team? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, share this video with your mates, and make sure you're subscribed to Red Devils Update for all the latest news, gossip, and transfer updates from Old Trafford. And don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss a single update. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. So there you have it. Red Devils. Jadon Sancho is officially a Manchester United player, and the future is looking brighter than ever. Keep the faith, stay tuned for more updates, and as always, come on United.